All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you, each and every one of you, for coming. I'm Chairman Mr. Smith, and like I said, we want to welcome you back. Pretty simple. Tonight is just presenting the applications. We're going to give you 3 to 5 minutes, is what it read in the email. Just you'll step up here to the podium, state your name and who you're with. We'll run a timer and just be respectful of time. Obviously, we can look around. I think all of us probably want to have dinner and probably get on with our families and whatever else is that we've got going on. So we'll go by, I believe it's going to be the first come, first serve in reference to how we signed in tonight. I believe that's it. So we'll go ahead and get this started. We'll go ahead and I'll have Miss Lebrania to call up the names for me. And like I said, be nice, and we'll hopefully get through this pretty quick tonight. Also, really quick, if tonight we're looking forward to probably just hearing everybody, and then we're going to re-meet. We'll come back in session on Thursday, and then that's whenever this committee will meet again to hopefully start working through how we're going to proceed forward with the grants. So, again, thank each and every one of you for being here, and looking forward to hearing from you guys. With that being said, Ms. LeBarnia, you ready? Calling it to order.
Mount Juliet Senior Activity Center.
Good evening. My name's Felisa Sandin. I'm the director at the Mount Juliet Senior Center. We are asking for $20,000 this year. On our application, we've put all of our expenses and how much that they are. We went through and worked out some numbers just this week on percentages of how much our expenses have gone up. We're in an aged building. Our building's like 80 years old, so we have a lot of repairs. And increase in attendance is 31% from this time last year. So with more people coming in and members coming in daily, that's more supplies, more electricity. So all of our expenses have really gone up, and that was a 16% increase in membership overall. We have 474 members, and on a daily basis, there's anywhere from 100 to 125 different people coming in. So the schedule that I've given y'all is what's every week, and so when they come in for activities, that's not including lunch. That's servicing at least that many seniors on a daily basis. Exercise is one of the most important things for seniors, for their health, mental, physical, and you can see on there we have several activities, including exercise every day. Being said that with the older building, we have gone through and figured out with all of our expenses, an increase in this past year is 421% of equipment repair, service, building supplies, and maintenance. It had increased 214% the year prior, 22-23. And that's just an increase in from service to repairs for the ceiling, plumbing, everything. So with the hopes that one day we will have a new building, but we don't now. So we are just having to keep things together for the safety of our seniors. Don't have any questions? Really, we service a lot of people, and they come in. We have anywhere from 25 to 30 for lunch every day. That is through Mid-Cumberland. They house themselves in our building, but they do the lunches. We aren't there. They just rent space from us. And so we're busy. We've got a lot of stuff going on. Yep. Yeah, y'all have any?
So thank you, ma'am. Really quick.
Love one another.
Good afternoon. I've been in Nolan. I'm with Love One Another Embassy, which are doing business as Joseph Storehouse Food Ministry. We're coming up on this year celebrating 25 years of serving this community, serving the working challenged, the disabled, the elderly, the single parents, and those who are in need of food. We are a partner agency with Second Harvest Food Bank. This time last year, we were serving right at 600 families a month. As of the last 6 months, we've averaged 825 families is what we're serving at this time. We do distribute about 150 to 160 pounds worth of food for each family. That represents about 2,500 individuals each month that we're feeding. We have opportunity in our community to provide volunteer hours for over 120 volunteers each month. Our biggest giveaway days are the last Saturday of each month and the Thursday prior to that. We have been very fortunate with the volunteers, but not only volunteers, support from our community in reference to civic organizations, churches, those who are doing food drives, who donate food to us, as well as what we need to purchase. Being part of a partner agency with Second Harvest does give us a lot of advantage in reference to USDA food that we're able to provide. Plus, we're able to purchase food at a discounted rate at that point in time as well. We are our biggest concern right now is availability to food. We have seen that availability is a little bit harder to get here recently in the last year. Even Second Harvest has limited some of our ability to order of what we've been able to order in the past. So that's a little bit of a concern for us. As we look to what we're trying to do in the future is continue. We're looking to build a brand new freezer, walk-in freezer. We already have one. But frozen foods is one of the staples of what we do give away to our recipients, as well as dairies, milk products as well, eggs, produce, as well as canned goods. So we've been very fortunate. This community has been very supportive, not only the community, but the Wilson County Commission has been very supportive of our work in the past. So be glad to answer any questions you may have for us. Well, if you put the exact number year over year, 2023, we saw a 47% increase over 2022. And we're not anticipating that large of increase this year, but for the first quarter of this year over the first quarter last year, we saw an increase of 37%.
We're seeing that as well.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Wilson County Civic League.
Harry Watkins, with the Wilson County Civic League. I'm vice president. We've been in existence for about 30 years. Been supporting us for about 30 years. We appreciate it. We're requesting $15,000 to help with our programs at the community center. We have a community center up on Market Street in the midst of about 3 housing projects. Mostly serve underprivileged children, kids to participate. We got about 4 programs. We have our senior citizens, which is a little different, but we have recreation, we have tutoring, and we have an arts program that we run out of the community center. And we've been doing this for almost like 30 years. I'm going to ask Ms. Helen to come up and tell you a little bit about our tutoring. Our recreation program has been running pretty good. Last year we had about 50 kids to come out. We had like I say, we're in an old school building up at Market Street. A lot of repairs needed. We're planning on 3 brand new doors to help us with the weather and things. So we get kids from all around the city to come to participate. We have our tutoring program. Ms. Helen, you want to tell them about our tutoring program?
Okay, in 2023, our tutoring program assisted children in grades kindergarten through 6, helped them improve their work in school subjects. We have had anywhere between 15 and 17 participants. We have 4 credentialed teachers and 2 volunteers working with the students. In April of 2023, we were able to host an engagement. And then we gave books to any child attending. And last semester, this current semester, the teachers are focusing on having the older participants that are in grades 4th, 5th, and 6th grade improve their math skills. So at the end of each session, system performance, the students are given an incentive reward. And due to the 3rd grade retention law, our tutoring program accommodates 2 students who have qualified in the LA program in order to be promoted to the 4th grade. Our program focuses on specific areas of need for each student, and we are an extension of classrooms in our community. In February of this year, we were able to form a Girls Who Code Club for females that are attending our tutoring program that are grades 4 through 6. We formed this at our center through a local leader in the community, and Girls Who Code has a national focus to impact the field of computer science for the future. And so the needs for the tutoring program, what the tutoring program is needing, we're needing to provide the supplies, equipment, books, snacks, meals, whatever the teachers need to aid with teaching the children.
The other program I didn't mention, we have an art during the summer. It's an arts academy. We run for 10 days to 2 weeks, where we bring in kids and have a professional teacher that comes in and teaches kids about art. Senior citizen, you come on up.
While she's making her way up here, so they're actually recording us for our CCTV. So if you could, please speak into the mic.
Oh, you couldn't hear me?
I got to text.
Good evening. My name is Rochelle Price, and I'm here representing the senior citizens of the Wilson County Civic League area. And wanted to share with each of you that the membership has increased since last year. We now have 5 men amongst all of us ladies that are in the center, the senior centers. And we have a total of 29 people. And on an average, there's about 20 active members that show up and for each of our meetings and stuff. And through the funding that you guys gave to us last year, we were able to deep clean and organize the senior room there at Market Street, and to improve the health and well-being of each of us that would come to the meetings. And we continued having monthly meetings through the end of the year, and we kept being very conscious of the and sensitive to RSV, the new strand of COVID and the flu and stuff. So we were very conscious of it during our meetings and those kinds of things, making sure that, everyone was aware of all those types of things that could happen, and all. And we went to we had outings, and one of the outings was we went to Nashville to the Museum of African American Music, and which was a really great experience. And then after that, of course, we had to go to lunch, and we went to Wendell Smith's restaurant there on Charlotte, which is a great place if you've not ever been there. And this year, our first meeting was just a few weeks ago, because we kind of don't come January, February because of the winter weather and those kinds of things. So we met and decided we wanted to have 2 meetings a month instead of 1 a month. The first and third Wednesday of each month, we're going to start that this year. And we want to do activities, not necessarily meet at Market Street, but go somewhere like Shoney's or anywhere and eat and then meet as well, just have a twosome there. And then we want to do the Cheekwood Gardens. That's on our agenda to do this spring. And we are going to, in May, begin to have chair yoga for us seniors. And, that's something physical as well as mental wellness. And we're really focusing on those types of things for our seniors and all, because mental wellness is a huge thing as not only for young people, but as we get older as well. And we're going to the Wilson County Civic League garden that they have there. Us seniors want to participate more as best we can to help that area as well. And we're planning a salt room visit for wellness again there, and then speaking on nutrition and wellness seminars so that we all are prepared for that. And then to play games and bingo and other board games and that sort of thing. And we want to do this fall is our plan to do a train excursion during the fall to see the changing of the leaves and those kinds of things, and sponsor movies and have documentaries and invite the surrounding communities to come to the center to enjoy those types of things. So I hope that you guys find it in your budget to budget us some money so we can do a lot of these activities. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Mr. Property Director, Mr. Watkins, the form that you completed, this is for everything. Everything.
Sorry. Lebanon Youth Baseball. Chair. He will also be doing the Wilson County Christmas for All.
Correct.
Lebanon.
And Lebanon Youth Baseball and Softball.
When you're ready.
Okay, appreciate it. Let's start off with baseball and softball. We're an organization that is growing by leaps and bounds, to put it mildly. We serve the Lebanon, Watertown area, I guess predominantly. Probably 98% of our players are from those two areas. We just this year took on softball under our umbrella. We saw a substantial increase. We are presently at approximately 1,100 players, with approximately 400 individuals as volunteers from coaches helping those teams. We currently have 94 teams. This is an increase we've gone from 600 about 3 years ago to approximately 1,100 with the addition of softball. It's a trying experience, but it's a great experience. The one thing we do, probably one of the few in the country that do, we are a no-charge league. We are chartered in 1955 through the Kiwanis Club of Lebanon. We do not charge kids to play in the spring. We provide uniforms. We have our $200,000 plus budget at the present time. This is all raised by sponsorships, team sponsorships, signs, and so on and so forth, along with grants from Wilson County, some help from the Lebanon Recreation Department, and things like that. But it's a huge endeavor. It's a lot of kids. We're very proud of what we've accomplished, and we hope that y'all continue to help us with the grants. It's a pretty simple process. I'm up here asking for money, and hope y'all can help. Let's jump into Wilson County Christmas for All, another organization. We don't know when this started. This is an offshoot of the fire department. We're going to guess it's sometime in the 40s when it got started. We've just kind of carried on the mantle at that point. We are currently an 11-member board, nonprofit board. Nobody gets paid for anything. We give out Christmas toys and presents at Christmas time. This year we served 2,500 kids. We serve the Wilson County from 109 east. There are organizations in Mount Juliet that do the same type thing, but we have worked with the two organizations in Mount Juliet to the point that we try to keep people from double dipping on us and so on and so forth. It works out well. Each kid, we serve the 0 to 13-year-olds. Each child There are no qualifications with as far as income or anything like that. You just don't know what kind of situations parents might be in. So we try to take, this is for the kids. We try to make sure the kids get taken care of. The parents are another matter altogether. So about 0 to 13, they each get approximately $60 to $75 worth of toys put into bags and given to the parents when they come and pick them up. It's a fairly simple process. We work out of the Hartman Drive building, the old Hartman luggage building on the bypass. It's given to us freely by the owners of Mr. Love, I believe is his name. Questions on either baseball and or Wilson County Christmas for All? Christmas for All is about 75,000. Yeah. And like I said, baseball's a little over 200,000. I think we're asking for 10,000 for each organization. Baseball and softball last year got combined, I believe, 9,500. So we're asking for 10,000 between the two of them. We are asking for an increase in Christmas for All, but with the more money we can get in, the more money we can give out.
Thank you so much. Anybody have any questions?
All right, appreciate it.
Wilson Rides.
I was trying to think of something clever to say, but my name is Wilson, and I'm usually in the W area, so it's really a pleasure to be number 5 or 6 on the list instead of the last letter in the alphabet. My name's Galen Wilson. I'm the executive director of Wilson Rides, and for those of you that don't know, it's named after the county and not me. I'm happy to claim it, though. I'm proud of the program. In your packet, I included a lot of information on Wilson Rides, kind of our timeline, our board of directors, and then the numbers that we served in 2023 and the numbers that we've served since the beginning. Last year, we served, we provided over 846 round trips in Wilson County. If you look at the population that we serve, it closely resembles the population of Wilson County. 60% of the rides that we've given are medical. We provide transportation, I should have said this to begin with, to seniors in Wilson County who no longer drive, seldom drive, or maybe they're still driving, but they don't have a way home from a medical appointment. So we help those folks as well. We provide free rides to veterans. We provide free rides to any of the vaccinations or shots. We also provide free rides to vote. We partner with a lot of folks here tonight. And things that we do, we take them to get food. We also partner with folks like Drug Free Wilco and providing the mom and pop pharmacies with bags for their medications. We do other things besides rides. I mean, we have an Easter luncheon. We have a Thanksgiving luncheon. We participate in Be a Santa for a Senior. We do lots of cards for birthdays, holidays, other occasions. What we are asking for is a quarter of our bottom line expenses. Since we serve the city of Lebanon, Mount Juliet, Watertown, and also the county of Wilson, we split our bottom line expenses 4 ways. So we're just asking for a quarter of the things that we need the most, which is insurance, background checks, the scheduling software, postage. We send out a lot because we're dealing with seniors who do not operate their phones very well or navigate the computers. And then telephones. We are constantly on the telephone with our seniors. So again, we're actually asking for less than we did last year. But I will tell you, one of our biggest line items is insurance, and it will always increase because we are always increasing in the number of drivers. We are currently serving 120 seniors. We have 30 on the waiting list. We hope to take those off as soon as we get more volunteer drivers. So, any questions? Thank you.
Drug Free Wilco.
Good evening. I'm here to represent Drug Free Wilco. So we began in 2008. I'm Tammy Grow with Drug Free Wilco. I'm sorry. We began in 2018 as Prevention Coalition. We currently receive federal, state, and local grant funding to prevent and reduce drug misuse and addiction in Wilson County. So our ask today is for $1,000, and it's for our Youth Prevention Coalition. So we manage probably about 5 or 6 different grants, and so we don't duplicate requests for funding, and this actually pays for things that the other grants cannot. For example, our Youth Prevention Coalitions like to wear their big YPC member T-shirts, and that's not covered in all the other grants, and we think that's not a big deal, but if they're going to come and they're going to be a part of a club, that's a big deal to them, and so they represent their schools with those Youth Prevention Coalitions. So we did that, and we purchased this previous year Escape the Vape kits. Our older students use those type of escape room activities to teach the harmful effects of vaping to younger 5th grade students. So it's not a great ask, but it means a lot to our coalition for that $1,000 support. Any questions? Thank you.
Community Homeless Outreach, DBA Brooks House.
Hi, my name is Pam Reeder. I'm the Assistant Director of Brooks House. We are a shelter for women and children who are homeless in Wilson County. We're asking for $7,000. With that $7,000, we will use that for hotel stays while we're waiting for a background check to come back for a lady. If they're homeless, we want to be able to offer them a safe place to go before they come into our program. So we use that $7,000 for that. Also, we would use that money for gas. If a lady is coming through town and say she's trying to escape a domestic situation and she's trying to get to her family in another state, she breaks down, runs out of gas, that type of thing in Wilson County, then we will help her with gas to help her to get away from her abuser and get to where she. You have any questions?
Do you have any budget?
Currently, it takes about $180,000 a year for us to run. We currently have about $230,000 in the bank.
And everybody has access to this.
Yes, we work with them whenever they come. When they run across cases like that, they will call us to come out and help. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Greenville Community Center.
Hello, my name is Janet Anisi, and I'm here on behalf of the Greenville Community Center. It's out in the Greenville, you might know Milton area better than you know the Greenville name. My little testimony real quick is that my husband and I moved here in 2006. We came from the Midwest, the state of Iowa, and we barely knew anything about Tennessee, let alone, our new address. And but it took no time for some of our neighbors out there to come and welcome us, and they were just so nice and friendly, and they invited us to the Greenville Community Center potluck. What on earth is that? Well, we meet on the first Saturday of every Saturday night, just bring some food to share, and you meet the neighbors. Well, it was so wonderful. It was just such a great experience and place to meet your new neighbors. And we just loved it, and so we became involved in it, and it's just a great neighborhood out there. I just can't say enough about it, but we're so blessed. But anyway, so my husband and I just kind of started helping. It's an old schoolhouse, so it takes some maintenance, of course. And so the county has been so good to help us keep it going, because without your help, we couldn't keep this thing going. And so now, those of us who have been there a while, we try to reach out to the new people who come in. And we've had quite a few come in out there. Of course, I guess most neighborhoods have. And and besides the potlucks, occasionally there's baby showers and birthday parties and things like that held there too, which is great. I mean, it's so unexpected out in the middle of the country to have this little community center that we can use. And I guess that's my story on that. And I think you have the report there, don't you, that our treasurer submitted, that would help us out. So, any questions?
You don't charge a usage fee for
Yes, that's, yeah, are you asking how much? Is it on there, I think? Is it 50 now? It's 50 now. See, I'm not the real big figures guy. He has the figures if you need them, my husband. So, yes. When we need roof work or new windows and things like that, that's big bucks we don't have, so.
Meeting? You real quick, you speak about the potluck. I'm Southern Baptist, so.
You know what it is? Oh, yes. Oh, man, yeah. Oh, it's just. Oh, well, you Southerners have us beat, so.
deep fried ice cream, okay?
Yeah, we personally were big deer hunters back there. So, and the little scrawny deer here, we had the crops back there that fed them. So, it's a big difference. So, okay, thank you all for your consideration.
Lebanon Senior Citizens Center.
Hello. So I come before you, and I'm kind of hearing the same thing across the board out here tonight. Things are tight. Everybody needs more money. Things cost more. Food is less. The price is more. By the way, I'm Patty. I'm the director at the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center. I was looking up here. I said, I don't know very many of these faces. They're all new commissioners. I knew a couple little faces. But our numbers are increasing since COVID. We saw a plummet, and now everybody's coming back, and we're trying to meet that curve. The cost of food is going up. I know a lot of senior citizens who got raises in their Social Security, and what happened with that is because they got a raise in their Social Security, they've lost some of their Medicare benefits because now their cost is too much. We charge $4 Monday through Friday for a dinner, and you might think that's inexpensive, but that's $82 a month, and a lot of our seniors are only bringing in maybe like $1,200 a month, and that's a top figure. We still have seniors that are bringing in $692. We vet seniors that we give free lunches to. Right now, we have about 82 seniors that we feed for free. That's a big undertaking. That's a lot of money. We've asked for $30,000, and that is strictly to help cover food cost. We try to make things from scratch, things from homemade, because we were getting say, Stouffer's macaroni and cheese before COVID, and that went from maybe $20 for one of those big trays to now like $120 for those big trays. A can of green beans that used to be $8 for a number 10 can is now like $25 for a number 10 can. The cost of food is increasing. We're finding seniors making very poor choices in their food choices because they can't afford. They're living on peanut butter and crackers. They're living on bread and bologna. And that isn't inexpensive. So what we try to do, and it's word of mouth, we have so many people, we have healthcare workers call and say, I have a lady who's getting out of the hospital. Can you provide her a homebound meal? And if she lives in the city, and we do have some that are outside of the city in the county, we'll deliver that for free to that person. We have a lot of people in the county that we can't, because we rely on volunteers to deliver the meals, and we can't ask them to go so far because of the cost of gas. We've struggled with that, and so far we haven't had a loss of that volunteer delivery. That's wonderful, but that's the only reason we don't deliver in the county. Mid-Cumberland Nutrition delivers in the county, and that's a big help for those seniors. But we have the whole Wilson County. will come. We average 120 in-house congregate meals a day. Of those 120 average, probably 10 or 12 of those are free every day, people who can't afford to eat and pay their bill. We have drive-through. Some of them aren't able to get out of their car and come. They still drive. Or maybe they're taking it to their mother or, their grandmother, somebody. They'll pick up a meal to have with somebody else. Of those, about 50 pick up a meal every day. We probably have 5 or 6 of those who can't afford to pay. So we have a big community. We're only asking for money to cover food. When we turn in, it's a reimbursement grant that you guys do, and we get grants from other places for food. I mean, it's not hard to cover. Last year we got $23,500, and it took us like 3 months, to satisfy that grant money. The cost of food is just skyrocketing. And we're just asking that you guys help us and to consider, anything that you can do. If you can do the $30,000, every bit of that'll go towards money. And with that, we can keep that price of a lunch at $4. We don't want to have to go up on the cost of a meal. We offer so many activities. You can look on the website and see what we do. We average 240 people in-house a day. We have 1,700 current members. We've got a great, wonderful staff that care and love and give and do. And we just want to be able to continue the mission that we have at hand and continue to be able to make a meal that's good, nutritious, and affordable. Like in our fund balance, I think it's $290,000. Mm-hmm. Any other questions? Thank you.
Lebanon FCE.
My name is Frances Baker. I'm the president of the Lebanon FCE Club. I'm here today for some help. We, of course, with our clubhouse, we have a double wide, and it's a wonderful meeting place, but we do have the expenses every month. Your utility, you have insurance, other expenses that we're trying to keep it pretty. Got to have some gravel and all. We do help with the Cedar Croft at Christmas time with giving to the men there. We take baked goods down to the fire department. They're on 109. And we also sponsor the Preemie Quilt at the fair. So we try to help our community. And as you know, down in Leeville, it's growing. And so we hope to gain members. We have around 22 members right now. We have a lot of participation, and we hope we'll gain more members as the time goes on. So we appreciate anything that you can do for us. Is there any questions?
What was the purpose of this?
We tried to have some yard sales and some bake sales to kind of help also. But, when you have a utility bill that's $53 every month, no matter, but we meet there each month. And we try to have some kind of craft activities in between.
That failed. The old community center actually fell down.
Yes, when the tornado come through, it took the tree down. 2 months later, it took the clubhouse down. So we had to get all that cleaned, and then we purchased a double wide, and that's what we've got now, and it serves our purpose. Very nice. Okay, any more questions? Okay, thank you.
Wilson County Help Center.
My name is Mark Stoppel. I'm the operations manager for the Wilson County Help Center. For over 35 years, the center has served residents of Wilson County. In 2023, 25,700 clothing items were distributed, 64,523 pounds of food, 64,761 meals for families, $83,809 in utility assistance, $645 in medical prescriptions, and 249 cases of Ensure. We have a thrift shop in our store where all the profits from the sales go right back into the programs and the service that we provide for the community. We also receive monetary donations from individuals, businesses, churches, schools, organizations, and grants, and our one-time-a-year special event, which is known as the Duck Derby. To continue to provide programs and services, we depend on support such as the Wilson County government. The previous funding has helped us provide the increased need for Ensure. We are requesting funding to purchase 300 cases of Ensure in 24-25 fiscal year. And thank you for your consideration and your generous support. Any questions? Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Wilson County Salvation Army.
Hi, I'm Steve Wheely, and I'm the designated hitter for our Corps at this meeting. Some of my leaders are out of town. We've got one new program. I'm going to give you a couple of flyers on it. It's mentioned in the list there. And if you look down on item 6 on our application here, it's got the list of the main things we do here. One of them is still our learning center program we have there for after school for disadvantaged kids, where we tutor in math and English. We teach piano, art, guitar, character building, Bible study, all the kind of things you'd expect a religious organization to do. And then the flyers I gave you are for one of our new programs called the Pathway of Hope. And it's something we only were able to start participating in the last 6 months because we finally got a new member in who could take over the program and run it. And it's a long-term investment in the community where it's targeted mainly at single mothers with children. And they come in and they get weekly counseling and teach them spiritual advice. We teach them how to manage their money, different things like that. But it's individuals engaged as long as it takes them to complete the program. It's not like, 6 weeks or 3 months or 6 months. If it takes a year, we work with that individual that long. I think 6 months is about the average term. And of course, everything we do is no charge. None of our programs cost anything to the individuals we help. We also sponsor and host the John DeWall shoe giveaway and a week before school every year. And every year it sets a new record of the amount of school shoes and clothing and stuff like that we give away. It was a little over 450 children we helped last year just on that. And of course we do the Angel Tree program. In the summer, we send about a dozen kids to our camp. We're in the Hat for up on Dale Hollow Lake, and kids that would never be able to afford to go to a camp on their own. And it's a really good program. They have a wonderful facility there, have a lake where they can do boating, all sorts of sports and stuff like that. And so that's one of our main summer programs. And we have a regular summer program in addition to the after school program we run for the kids during the summer too. And of course, we're totally supplied by volunteers, other than our few paid administrators. And I'm one of the volunteers there, as many other members are. And we're totally supported by charitable donations, like from you and many other people. Any questions? Okay. And my superior wanted me to point out, if you had a question about why in our budget we have some extra money right now, it's because we had about 3 or 4 individuals who made large donations to us in the last year specifically to upgrade our facilities. And we've done most of that, and the balance is still to do things like fix the roof and do a little other activity like that. So thanks for your consideration.
Volunteer Behavioral Health, Cumberland Mental Health.
My name is Shirley Jennings. I'm with Volunteer Behavioral Health, which most people know us as Cumberland Mental Health. I'm the center director, and we thank you guys for supporting us in the previous years for this purpose. But we serve outpatient mental health and substance abuse services to individuals on an outpatient level. Our primary population is either no insurance or TennCare usually, and or Medicare. And if those individuals have a copay, is unable to pay, this is what we primarily have been using the funds for. Our application is similar as to previous years, and we're asking for the same, which is $25,000, and we will continue to provide those services for those clients, for Wilson County clients only. It's for either unpaid balances or balances they're not able to cover, and also we use them for medication coverage if they need medication. This is specifically for services for the clients, and not no admin cost is coming out of this. And I guess that's about it. We do offer same-day service, and we do have an open door policy, meaning they can come in the same day and see someone, because we want to avert crisis if we can and try to keep them in the community on an outpatient basis, which in the long run saves the county money if we're able to to do that for them. And we also do televideo, phone visits, and in person. So we sort of meet the client where they need.
Where you are required by law, is that set by the federal government?
No, we do. It's a sliding scale fee. And of course, usually we're billing insurance, or like if they have no income, it's a minimum fee that we provide. But we're also, since we're community mental health, depending on if they need the service, we don't decline that. So we may eat that cost. And that's where this funds would help us at that. So, because we don't really turn folks away. Thank you, guys. We appreciate your support. Thanks.
Have a good evening.
Easter Seals, Tennessee.
I'm glad y'all are next, because you're fine with talking about facts.
What'd you say?
I'm glad you were next, because you were fine.
Oh, okay. Hi, my name's Kathy Breland. I work at Easter Seals, Tennessee, and this is one of our men that we support. His name is David. He's here with me today, and he's going to tell you a little bit about what kind of supports he gets, but I just want to tell you that we're asking for $5,000 this year. Well, first, thank you so much for your past support, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here tonight. We're asking for $5,000 to help with our transportation costs for our programs here in Wilson County. We have 49 vehicles that are running all day long everywhere. We take individuals like David to their jobs, take them to doctor's appointments, the grocery store, if they have a community outing, just all kinds of things. And we're proud of what we can do for them. But our cost per month for, just to maintain our vehicles, gas, tires, maintenance, and all that is pretty heavy. So that's what we're here if y'all can to help us with that. And David, you want to tell them a little bit about what Easter Seals means to you and how we support you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
My name is David. Just like Dee said, I do have doctor's appointments. They do take me. I do go on outings. They take me on outings. Doctor's appointments. Work. They take me to work every day. Come back to my house. A little bit of everything. The bus come and pick me up. Take me to the center to Easter Seal, and stuff like that. But I was kind of hoping y'all do give them the money, because I think they really need it, because I am a client, and they take us everywhere. It takes the whole a toll on the vehicle. Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Watertown Senior Citizens.
Hi, I'm Neil McKinney, and I'm the treasurer of Watertown Senior Citizens. And I think this is my 14th year to come down here. When I started doing it, I was in my 60s, and now those 80s have rolled around. So it's a fun thing for us. There's about 25 members. We meet on first and third Wednesday. The first Wednesday, we meet at the community center, and we all bring a covered dish lunch. And you were talking about Southern Baptists. There's quite a few Southern Baptists in that group, so some good eating. But we also try to do things for the community center. Both restrooms were really in bad shape, so we took some of our money to remodel them. Well, when we got someone in there to do it, it wasn't up to the standards, whatever the disability stuff. So we put half the money, and then the city put other half. But now they're beautiful and look so good. We bought new chairs for the community center, and our group has grown enough that we needed some more chairs. So they've been ordered now. But on the first Wednesday, we all bring a dish and just enjoy each other. We play games. We have speakers come. I guess one of the most interesting speakers was someone from Wilson Bank. And you start telling elderly people how people can get your money. Man, they pay attention to that. So that's very good. And we take care of each other. It's we just think about each other. In fact, we had a couple just started coming a few months ago. They're both in their 70s. And he found out he had a brain tumor. So, of course, we all immediately started praying and thinking about him. And last week he had surgery with a large tumor, but it was benign. And as I've told him, that's the most wonderful word. But his wife has told me what that senior citizens group means, said they're just like family. And that's what means so much. And then on the third Wednesday, we go to some local restaurant and have lunch. A lot of senior citizens don't get out. And if they do, it's not with a group like us where you can just laugh and talk and have a good time. And that's what we do. And I love to talk, so I do a whole lot of it. But LeBronna's always so good to me. And I'll call her and say, is it about time? Because I don't want to miss filling out our papers. But we appreciate anything you can do for us. Come up and see us sometime. We'd love to have you come and join in us for lunch anytime. Thank you. Yes.
More interesting speaker was Wilson Bank. Thank goodness it wasn't Mary Jane.
I'm not going to comment. He has spoke to us. He's very good to us, I've got to say. Mike's very good to us. And
Probably educate every one of them. He takes more votes.
oh, so like you might be a speaker then. But thank you for all the help you give us. We appreciate it very much. We have a stack of to-go plates just for him. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Caris Health Center.
I am Lauren Smith. I'm with Caris Health Center. I'm the executive director. Caris has been operating as an uninsured clinic since 2007, so this is going to be our 17th year. We've steadily grown 30% every year. Growth has been good to us. It's also been very taxing. Even with, the growth through the pandemic, some of the neater things we've been able to offer the whole community in Wilson County has been free behavioral health visits. We started mental health counseling inside the clinic this year. We've got a doctor who helps with going and seeing the compassionate hands population. He sees them for free. He also does sleep study medicine now. That was his passion and profession. So we've been able to offer a lot of really neat stuff to the community in addition to uninsured health care. A really neat number we're very proud of outside of our financial numbers that you get in the packet are free medication, free prescription medication. We gave away $1 million of medication last year. And there's no gimmick to that. You just have to show up to the clinic, present yourself in need of care, be diagnosed. We prescribe and dispense on site. and that's all there is to it. We're really excited to continue growth. This year, we're doing a feasibility study to help determine how much growth we can sustain. We're hoping to tackle a new build in 3 years. It'll probably take me that long to get it all in order. And Lebanon will probably be our new home with that build, just so we can qualify inside a geographical zone for federal build grants. You look like you have a question. No, I'm done. Go ahead. I'm done. That's it. We have 2 locations in a mobile health unit that goes out into the community and helps serve not just clinical needs, but health education. Most of the events we go out into the community and do look a lot like school physicals. We help with Head Start physicals. We've been invited to go out to Mount Juliet Middle School to help with sports physicals as well. Cumberland University, when all the international students come in at the beginning of the year, we'll help tackle their sports physicals with them as well.
Are you in contact
With Wilson County Schools, in a broader conversation, yes. Did you have a more specific question?
Oakland FCE.
I'm Ruby Margot, representing Oakland FCE Club, and I want to thank y'all for the help that you have given us in the past. It has been very helpful. Our building is over 100 years old. It was transported from the DuPont plant in O'Hickory to our location on Berea Church Road in about 1923. It was disassembled, and the men in the community went and picked it up and reassembled it. Needless to say, it is always in need of repair. It has been updated over the years, modernized, but still the lack of insulation, lack of insulation underneath where our water pipes are. We have, always having problems with the pipes bursting. In the 22-23 budget that y'all gave us, we didn't use all the money. I'm thankful for that. But the 23-24 budget this last year, we have exceeded what y'all have offered. However, we are still asking for the same amount. We have fundraisers, bean suppers, and in the past we have had ice cream socials. We rent our building out, and thank goodness it's rented out, pretty consistently to help us raise money. And we also do quilting and demonstrations at the fair, for which we're paid for. That helps toward expenses as well as the community service work that we do. We traditionally have, during Christmas, adopted families to give toys to the children, clothing to the children, groceries for the family. However, last year, the 2023, we decided to make the donation to the Wilson County 4-H clubs to support the camping program, paying for camps for underprivileged children. We monthly donate food to the Community Care Center, and during December, we collect coats and donate the coats to the Community Care Center. Our members, we average between 35 and 40 members. Our members volunteer thousands of hours a year. Those hours would be equivalent to 10,000 if they were being paid. We appreciate any help you can give us.
ma'am. I appreciate it. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Rehab 23.
Good evening. My name is Jim Carroll. I'm representing our official name, Wilson County Emergency Services Rehab Association, more affectionately known by the fire and law enforcement folks as Rehab 23. Our mission is to provide a needed support to the first responders, firefighters, law enforcement, and EMTs in Wilson County 24/7, 365. We've never missed a call in 11 years. All 50 of our volunteers in our organization provide first responders with what we call rehabilitation, where we go to the fires, we go to law enforcement incidents when they call us, and it's a process of providing rest, rehydration, nourishment, and a place for medical evaluation. We don't do the medical evaluation, but we give them a place for the EMTs to come and do that at the scene. We have 2 vehicles that we go and respond with these 2 vehicles at fires and other incidents. And when we're called out by WEMA, and we work very closely with WEMA, we support the sheriff's department. We support all the fire departments and all the police departments in the county. This is our 11th year, and we now serve over 1,000 first responders with just 50 volunteers. And we're pretty proud of that. We are requesting $7,000, same amount we requested last year. And this money is used to pay for our insurance and maintenance on our response units that we go out and support the first responders with. The last few years, we've exceeded over 2,000 volunteer hours per year. Our latest and largest event, and this is kind of some of the things we do besides going to fires and going out on incidents that we're asked to go to, is we also get involved with when our organizations, the first responders are having training. We go out and provide services to them. We recently were in Watertown supporting a countywide active shooter training. We cooked over 152 hamburgers, because I know the number because I cooked all 152 of them, and 65 chicken breasts for all those first responders. And it wasn't just the county. We also had Homeland Security, TBI, and the Highway Patrol there also. We also did the same thing in December at Green Hills High School, as well as in July at Wilson Central. At the NASCAR race, we camp out up at the top of the hill with all the first responders, and we cook 3 meals a day for them for 3 days. And we will do the new open wheel race that'll be there also, I think, in September. So we are very tied in with all of the first responders in the county, and we're very happy to do that. And we hope that you'll provide us with that money to help pay our insurance and our maintenance. Any questions?
Yes, sir. You receive any other funding from any other local agencies?
Should be on. Yeah, that's what I was going to look up to see. Yeah, we get actually United Way, Wilson County, of course, $7,000. A couple of banks, NASCAR for the work that we do there. Mount Juliet City.
It's a great thing for those in the audience that don't know anything about it. It's a lifeline for any type of, pretty much any time there's a major incident or anything like that. I do appreciate it.
Thank you.
50 volunteers, that's the word, volunteers. So,
Yep.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Anybody have any questions?
Thank you.
Wilson books from birth.
I'm Peggy Simpson, and I'm with Wilson Books from Birth, which is the replication of the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library in Wilson County. Dolly started this program in Sevier County in 1956, and she took it to the governor, Governor Bredesen. He agreed to make it available across the whole state. But before we could get it replicated in Wilson County, we had to have the county approval to get it in this county. So the county commission in 2005 approved us implementing the program in the county, and then a group of volunteers replicated the program and as Books from Birth under the Wilson County Business and Education Coalition, which is a 501c3. Now, the program is administered in partnership with Dollywood Foundation, the Governor's Early Literacy Foundation, and of course, Books from Birth. The Governor's Foundation pays 50% of the monthly cost, and then Books from Birth has to pay the other 50%. Wilson Books from Birth does not have any employees. The program is run totally for volunteers. Now, you will see in the grant application, the goal of the program is to provide every child under the age of 5 a book every month at no cost to the family. Now, research shows that the single most important thing that a parent can do to help a child acquire language skills, prepare for school, and instill in them a love for learning to read is to read to that child out loud every day, to help that child build language and communication skills, listening and thinking skills, which help them to become better students when they go into school. As of March the 1st, 2024, we have 6,154 children in the program, and 20,300 have graduated out. That means they have turned 5, graduated out of the program. That means that the program since 2005 have actually served 26,500 children. Based on the 2020 census, the number of under age 5 children in the county is 8,859. But you all know, as county commissioners, this county is growing and growing fast, continues to grow. We have appreciated your support in the past. You all have made a huge difference in the program. Not only getting parents interested in reading to their children and getting their books, but to help pay our monthly costs. I agree.
Audience of One Productions. New application.
Well, I know how to use a microphone. Hey, you guys, I am Angie D., the founder and artistic director of Audience of One Productions. We do Broadway level shows at Capitol Theater. And what's so wonderful about that is that we have opened up in 2015 as an educational theater program where we have currently affected 2,248 students with opportunities not only to grow in the arts, but to learn leadership skills, to work in their triple threat skill sets. We have placed those children that started with us, when I say children, they were in their teens that are now in college programs. We're able to write all kinds of applications for them and help them to thrive. Some of them are in New York doing work. Some of them are working at facilities that work in missions and things. So the arts create many opportunities for growth, character building, community skills, and you can work as a technician, as a sound engineer. You can work as a stage manager that helps you to lead people and to take care of people. So that's been incredible. And as the students have grown in our educational program, we now have a second tier, and that's a regional theater. So our regional theater has reached, and our educational theater has reached 102,400 people in the Wilson County area. So we are a destination Broadway theater, which is wonderful because if you go to Broadway in New York, it costs you hundreds and thousands of dollars by the time you pay for everything. If you go to TPAC, it's hundreds of dollars plus a lot of money for parking. But you can see a Broadway show right here at Wilson County for under $30 with free parking. And I think it's incredible that the community has not only supported us, but they have asked for more and more. I am just blown away at the testimonies that come out of the theater. The kids that are touched, their lives are changed forever. We have professionals working side by side with our theater program now, and it's incredible. We're only asking for $1,500. It's our first time, and it goes towards the licensing. The licensing fees have risen, and it is around $20,000 every time we do a show, and we operate on a budget every year somewhere between $160,000 $106,000 to $121,000. It's expensive to run a theater, but it's worth it because the arts create so many possibilities and opportunities for people to grow and to go into their future. We do have scholarships for children who are wanting to grow in the triple threat capacity. We have an outreach in our community, and many things that we have done to give back. In fact, every year we give back by being the entertainment for the Child Advocacy Center, which we fully believe in. That program, we work side by side. Coming up on April 20th, we're excited to be there. We have helped an audience of one family adopt 3 Ukrainian children that are now safely here in the United States and living with them. So we do give back, and I can proudly say I could go down the list of all the students that I'm so proud of. One just got a full ride scholarship at Pace University because they have stage managed with us, and now I'm able to write letters fully confident that they will thrive, and that's incredible. And these are people that there's so many stories. These are people that don't belong anywhere else, but the arts is a space for them to thrive and grow, and they change and they thrive. And the main purpose and my mission is to teach kids how to see themselves through the eyes of Christ, how to do hard things, and how to learn that you can work through fear and, with the help of the Lord, do things that are incredibly hard. Artists are the most courageous people. They tell stories of the human heart. And it's not easy. What we do is we are a full audition theater program, so you have to work hard to get to where we are. And these people train for years and years. But we hope that you guys continue to do what you do, and we thank you for the opportunity to continue what we do. So we appreciate your help, and thank you for consideration. Yeah.
Comment. My wife and I have attended several of the productions, and I encourage everybody in there to go. I mean, these kids are unbelievably talented, and it is well worth your time to go and see one of these productions.
Thank you. I appreciate you for supporting us, and anyone who's come, thank you. And if you haven't, please come. Fiddle around the room, come back.
Caught up in the moment. Vietnam veterans.
Mike Meyer, President of Vietnam Veterans here in Lebanon, and we're again asking for $4,000 so that we can help veterans in the county. We assist them any way that we're able to. That information, food. Since Thanksgiving, we've done 268 food boxes, which included the ham or turkey and bread and taters, onions, all that stuff, so they have a good meal, a few good meals out of it. And we've upgraded our food trailer, make it more efficient, make it roadworthy, and that's about it. We help veterans in the county any way that we can, whenever we can. We do food boxes all year long. We get a call from a veteran or the veteran's office. We'll get them food. They're not going to go hungry. Any questions or anything? Okay, thank you.
West Wilson Basketball Association.
My name is Brett Linville. I'm with West Wilson Basketball Association it's my 34th year. And we have 1,400 kids in our basketball league. It started 6-year-old, we go all the way to 18. And just because it says West Wilson Basketball Association, we have kids from Watertown that play, kids from Southside that play in our league, and we probably have 500 volunteers. And we use 4 months a year. We also have what we call the Shooting Stars, and that's the kids that there's no charge for that group. And Michelle is the lady that runs that, and we play at Mount Juliet Community Center for 6 straight Saturdays. And that's the special needs kids. And we have insurance we pay the schools. Now, the schools are great to us, okay? We use every school in West Wilson County. And we're going to probably use the new school as soon as it opens. But last year we didn't. The lady that turns in the form for us to get the grant, I think she was out of town, and we didn't get it in, so we didn't receive anything. So that's why we doubled up this year. And if you can, we have a lot of discipline in our league. And Chandler is a policeman over there, and I know that we don't have any problem out of those kids. For 4 months, they gonna do right. And I think it's a great thing for the kids. If you have any questions, I'll answer them best I can. Thank you, buddy.
American Legion Auxiliary?
As a side note, I am filling in for someone who had emergency surgery today. My name is Pat Fields, and I'm the treasurer of the Mount Juliet Auxiliary for the American Legion, Tyler Cates, Post 281. So we're asking for a first-time grant here. What this involves, if normally when you think of the American Legion, you think of veterans. We do a lot for the veterans, but we also have some projects that we do, not only nationwide, but statewide. One of our projects is called Girls State, which is girls who are rising seniors in the high school. We do the West Wilson, which incorporates Wilson Central, Mount Juliet High School, Green Hills High School, and Mount Juliet Christian Academy. These are girls who fill out applications through their counselors. The counselors do a screening, which they look at their leadership and their grades of how they conduct themselves in school. We go in and we do an interview process to see who we think would be the best candidates to go in all of these schools. Then we have to weed them down. And that's where our problem normally is. It used to be that we didn't get very many girls, but now that we've had a few, they've told others about the program, and they found out what a great facility is for going to college, that it goes on their applications for college and they recognize what it is. They also find out that it's great when they go out for a job, because when they do an interview and they see this, they understand the leadership skills. What they do is they have a week long that they go to Trevecca College. They stay there the whole time. And sometimes this is girls who have never had an opportunity to see what it's like to go to college. So that is a good skill right there to learn. All 95 counties in the state are represented. So we have people from all the counties. When they get there, they break them out into 2 cities. Now, what you think that we're going to tell you is that they learn about veterans, but they don't. That's not the purpose of this. This purpose is for them to learn the political process of a state. They form 2 cities. They run for office. They do some fun things, like Tyler would get to make a song up for his campaign within 15 minutes and then present it in front of all the girls. So they have to do a lot of things that are on the fly, which I'm sure Tyler does not want to do a song. It's a good idea, but I might have to incorporate. But they learn a lot of things, and they have to think quick on their feet. They become mayors. Okay, they since they're in Nashville, they can draw from all of the state leadership too. These people all volunteer their time. They come out and they do things, and I'll give you one example. They may have a sheriff from over in Blount County. They may have a local police officer who is from down in Chattanooga area. They may have a TBI person there. They may have a highway patrolman there. And they tell them what they do and how they work together, not only in their communities, their cities, their counties, their state, and also through federal. And they do that through all the process through the state legislature. And we get a lot of those who come out and give their time to teach them about the political actions that happen in your county, your state, and your country. So it's well worth time. Our money is going to be spent on scholarships. Everything that comes into the American Legion Auxiliary without 1 month or 2 months or 3 months working capital goes straight out. We supply for Alvin C. York Veterans Home, not the hospital, but the home. We do a lot for all of our veterans, and everything stays here in Wilson County except for what we do at Alvin C. York. So if you have any questions, I'll be glad to try to answer them for you. Thank you.
Jeff Bennett with Habitat for Humanity, and I just want to say thank you so much for everything that you guys have done for us over the years in partnership and coming out to build. We're going to talk about some volunteer opportunities here in a minute. I think we have 25 commissioners, is that right? That is the exact number of volunteer slots we have on each day. So, yes, there you go. We are just celebrating our 31st year of serving Wilson County, and this year we will wrap up the year, and this drives me crazy, with 99 home builds, and we're right there at 100, and next year we'll hit 100, but we'll wrap up this year with 99 home builds. We are requesting $8,750. That is a little bit of an odd number. The direct sponsorship and grant component from our local community is $70,000 to purchase construction materials and those types of needs, land development for the homes that we build, and we are requesting 1 day of construction. We have 8 volunteer days on each home that we build. And so along with that, in all seriousness, we would love for our commissioners to come out and our county team members to come out and volunteer with us on a given day this fall. So if you have any questions about the program, I'd be happy to answer that. The biggest thing that if you can just be an advocate with us to share that Habitat homes are not free. That's a huge misconception in our local community. A lot of people think that we build the homes and give them away for free. Individuals will purchase them. There are certain eligibility criteria that they have to meet, but they purchase them at 0 interest and no down payment, which we have found to be 2 really large stumbling blocks for individuals who want to pursue home ownership. So, and that is why we go to the community for support, is to help us to be able to offset that interest cost and the down payment that we do not recoup from our homeowners. Thank you.
Any questions, any comments? Thank you very much.
We're going to be calling you guys. Oh.
I'm going to hold you to it. It is
yes.
on TV.
Well,
Noreen Community Center?
I'm Terry McPeak, and I'm with the No Ring Community Center. We're on the south side of Wilson County, and we provide a facility for the community, playground, ball field. I missed the putting in for this last year because I missed the date. LeBron knows about that. But our facility is ADA compliant. We offer we provide a place for our Wilson County voting precinct. We have Wi-Fi available for them to use there, a direct line into the election commission. We also have a public Wi-Fi in Noreen. During the pandemic, we was able to apply for a grant to provide Wi-Fi for the community. So anyone now using the facility, or if you pull up in the parking lot, back then, the reason we was able to get that, school kids in the rural areas may have not had Wi-Fi, and they were able to drive out to the community center and do schoolwork and that type of thing, so that was good. I know you have FCE clubs that apply through your program, and I mentioned that to our FCE ladies who uses our facilities, and they said, "Well, you apply, and we don't want to double dip." So we're this is partly for them as well. So, and it's a great program, and they do good. Like I said, we have a playground and ball field out there for the community. Our ball field's used in an emergency type situation. WEMA will turn on the lights and land life flight on our ball field if they need to. So that's a good thing for the community. What we're wanting to do with some money this next year, and you see we have a little bit of cash reserve, is that we've been holding out to do some concrete work in our parking lot and up against our building, and we need to do that and some gravel work to make it work a little better. Our gravel's kind of played out and it's got a little muddy in some areas, so they've asked us to. And I got a bid on some concrete for $10,000, and the FCE ladies said we need to do more than that. So we're going to have to dip into our cash reserve a little bit to do that. So anything you can do for us, we would greatly appreciate. Have any questions? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Salt food pantry. Never mind, I take that back.
I'm Joyce Gaines, and I'm the rector, administrator, whatever, for the SALT food program. What we do is feed people at Wilson. We cover the entire county, and we do it in a couple of different ways. When we started this in 2015, we were looking to see what population in the county was not being served well. And talking to some people, Ms. Reese was one of them we talked to, and what she said was the seniors are not always served. One of the reasons is not because people don't want to serve the seniors, but our seniors can't always get out. They don't have a car anymore, or if they do, they're not supposed to be driving. They are not able to drive physically sometimes. And if you've ever seen them trying to struggle with putting the groceries in the car or trying to get them out of the car, you know how difficult that is. So we said we will deliver food to our seniors. And we started that in 2015. Right now, we deliver to 217 households of seniors twice a month. About a year ago, we said there's another population that has difficulties, and that's the disabled. They're not always able to get their food either. So now we allow them to be added onto that, and we deliver to them also. Our deliveries are made by volunteers. They drive their own cars and they pay for their own gas. There is no one that's paid, no salary for anyone that's associated with this ministry. We call it a ministry because we're serving people. So in last year, we delivered about 5,000 food boxes throughout the year. And there was 70,000 pounds of food in those boxes. Fortunately, we are able to get a lot of our food through Second Harvest and the USDA. I think Benny talked about that from Joseph Storehouse. We couldn't do without them. About a year and a half ago, we started seeing and getting calls from people who were not seniors, who were not disabled, but they needed food. They needed help. A lot of times they called at times when the help centers were not open, and we weren't necessarily open. But we thought that there was a way that we could serve some of those groups that were not currently getting enough help or getting the help they needed. So we have another different program now. Once a month, we have either an open pantry or a mobile pantry. And we do it once a month because Benny at Joseph Storehouse does it on the last Saturday of the month. There's another church that does it on the third Saturday. The help centers and things are not usually open and handing out food on Saturdays. So by doing it on, staggering it, sharing those dates with the other groups, at least 3 Saturdays a month, there's somebody open that has food available. The open pantry is
one where we give them a list of grocery items that's available. And they can go through and check off what they want. And then we fill the order for them and take it out to the car. We also have mobile pantries. Some of you may have heard of a mobile pantry or at least seen one. That's comes out of Second Harvest Food Bank. They send a semi-truck full of food out. We stage it across the parking lot, and the people then drive through and we load food into the cars. Last month, we had one. We had 15,000 pounds of food, and we had 100 volunteers out there. We fed about 500 people on that one event. One thing that was very troubling when I started looking at the numbers from last year, in the first half of the year, between our open pantries and their mobile pantries, once a month, you have one or the other of them, we supported close to 900 people, 900 households. No, 900 people, I'm sorry. Second half of the year, though, that number had doubled, the number of people that were coming and needing the assistance. That means, of course, that a lot more people were struggling financially, having difficulty getting the food. They were shopping at more than one food pantry. And you might criticize them for that, but one of us can't feed a whole household of people for a month. So we don't criticize them. They need the food, we give them the food. They are not charged for anything. Everything that we give out is free to them. Fortunately, we get a lot of the food free from Second Harvest or from the USDA. To get the USDA food, you have to meet certain qualifications. One of them is income. And the income for that is, for one person, it's about $2,080. Our people don't make nearly that much. We have 217 households on our delivery routes right now. And of those, there's only 7 that do not qualify for USDA food. Everyone else is making less than that level. We give out USDA food through our open pantries too. We rarely have anybody that applies that is not below that income level. What we've seen on these open pantries and the mobile pantries are families. And the families have 4, 5, 6 people in the household that's trying to be fed, which is a lot different than when we started feeding just the seniors and we had households that had 1, maybe 2 people in it. Now even our seniors, we are finding that they are grandparents who have parents and who have their kids in the households, and we might see 6, 7, 8 people in the households. So we are giving out more food simply because the households have gotten larger. In January of this year, we incorporated. We were a part of Lebanon United Methodist Church. They started this, well, even before 2015, they were doing something that was called the SALT Ministry. They are a small church and of elderly people. And we wanted to not be a burden to them, so we split off and incorporated. We are still located in their parking lot in the facility that we rent from them, which was a picnic pavilion. And we enclosed the picnic pavilion and we added 900 square feet to the building, which we did, again, with volunteers. So we are spending not as much money as some organizations do, but what we are seeing is that there is a greater need. And like Benny said from Joseph Storehouse, we are having a more difficulty getting all the food that we need or getting the types of food that we need. So we've started buying food. If you don't know, and many of you probably do, some of our seniors will tell me, yes, I get food stamps. I get $20 a month. Or I get $16 a month. It's a pitiful amount. It's, it's about enough money to put gas in your car to go to the grocery store now. And what it doesn't cover are other necessities. You might not be able to eat it, but you need toilet paper. You need dishwashing detergent. You need laundry detergent. You need toothpaste. You need soap. You need shampoo. Well, we've started trying to provide that at intervals because enough of that to deliver once costs us about $1,500. The mobile food pantries are not free. They cost $2,500 at a whack. We do 4 a year. Fortunately, we have at least 2 churches that will fund those. Anyway, that's just an overview of what we do for the community and for the people that are in need. And you've already heard about some of the same people because we deal with Wilson Rides and some of the food programs and other ones. They're familiar faces to us because fortunately we have volunteers all over this county that will work with each other and help those that are in need. Do y'all have any questions?
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Watertown, WSL.
Again, as a reminder, I'd like to remind we are on a 3 to 5 minute maximum time limit. Please, let's take into consideration of everyone's time. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. My name is Jeff Tunks, and I am the director of Watertown Sports League, which is just a city-run leagues. Basically, is what it is. We have baseball, softball, basketball, football, and soccer that we run through our leagues. We haven't been back here before this committee for, I believe it's 2010 was the last time we got money. That was, I think, partially through the high school at that time was using our fields to play baseball and softball on as well. We're still doing middle school baseball and softball on our fields. We got $100,000, and I know that sounds like a whole lot of money, and I am definitely not predicting or asking for this to ever happen again. But 2 weeks after that, it flooded and washed our $100,000 away. So we did rebuild, and we have a really nice facility for what we do have. But our lighting is they're all in disrepair. They're probably 35 to 40 years old. I've been there 24 years. There's nothing been replaced in 24 years except we've added 2 poles or 3 poles in an outfield and got some used lights to put on those fields that Middle Tennessee Electric put up for us. We have been quoted $58,000 for new lights for both our fields. And we have bathrooms that are block buildings that haven't been anything been done to them in the last 35 or 40 years. So our facilities are, I don't even want to say adequate at best, but they do serve their purpose at this point in time. How much longer we can keep them together is the question. We have 28 baseball, softball teams. We have 75 kids that play youth football. We have 53 cheerleaders that use those fields. We have 15 soccer teams. We have a saddle club. We have a landing zone. We have a really nice park that we got donations. I sat on that committee about 3 years ago, I believe, and built a new playground area that we use. We have 2 basketball courts on this facility that are not lit. So at this point in time, we've done about all we can do with what funds that we get and the money that we raise through our programs for our ball kids. Just pay for our kids. Our kids do not pay to play any of the sports, okay? And we have not done that since I've been in charge. And I say I've been in charge. It's kind of more in charge of me. But for the last 25 years, it's been myself and Brian Fountain running this league and doing all of the sports. So we've done all of that to say for free for these kids. Over half of the kids in K to 5th grade play sports in Watertown. They're involved in our leagues. We've invited Tuckers. We've invited Alexandria. We've invited some kids in Lebanon. And I say some kids just because we have put the word out that way. But that's mainly where our kids come from are from Watertown. And again, over half the kids playing from our elementary school is a big deal. We serve, I would estimate somewhere around 7,000 to 8,000 people at that park. The city maintains the fields for us. They do the grass cutting and they do the lining of the fields. But besides that, there's really no other funds. Everything is kind of self-generated between our concession stand and our donations. We do receive several grants, one for football, and we operate, I want to say this the right way. In our football program, we operate a really tight situation because I got concerned about 5 or 6 years ago with the concussion problems that were coming up. So our equipment is rotated through every 3 years. We run every piece of equipment that is certified, we run through a certification program. And so that equipment is checked and numbered, labeled, and not if you're familiar, but Rydell has a system that they put marks on the helmet, and the shoulder pads. So everything is kept in that. And so we've tried to do exactly what's right and what we're supposed to do, but we have no money to improve these facilities at this point in time, and we need new lights to start with. That would be a start. We have land across the creek that we'd like eventually to build more fields on, and a better facility. But at this point in time, lighting is about where we are. I don't know what else to do except come here and ask. We haven't asked since 2010, and I hope you'll consider that we have tried to do in our own and take care of our own, but it's gotten to a point where we can't. We need to help. Okay. Thank y'all.
I'm Steve Casey, City Alderman in the City of Watertown. And as part of this effort, the City Council, we are supportive, but we're mainly looking for the ability to acquire the new lights. The city workers will be doing the installation and so forth to keep that cost down as much as we can. We do. Yes, we actually, in our budget, which is presented with the application, we do help fund the league through the year. A lot of it is, we're using general funding line item transfers to cover the expenses up front and then try to get the reimbursements back when the concession monies, and as the money comes in through the year, we balance the account back out. We try to break it even every year. Last year, we actually lost a couple of $100. Year before last. So we keep it on a tight budget and try to keep it even, but it's just over the last 20 years since, or the 15 years since we had the last donation, our facilities just need to be upgrading the lights to make it's a safety issue too. So the City Council is in support of this, and we're doing the best we can with our tax bases that we do have.
Just out of curiosity, for either you or Mr. Tillman, of the requested amount of funds, you said lighting is your first priority. What percentage of that would be? 75% of that. It's 58,000. That's what the quote was that we got for that. If there's anything along the line that we can do to do that. Ask Tennessee Electric. There's a lot of things that pull. I realize it's a catch-22 there, but I wanted to present what we had been quoting. And we'll use whatever funds that you allow us to have. We'll use those as best to make that happen. So, but
Southern Stars.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me thank you for taking your time to stay here this evening and listen to all of these allocation requests. My name is Sarah Ann Winfield. This is my husband, Terry, and we're the co-founders of Southern Stars. We donate our time to help administer the program, and we donate the use of our stables to host the program. I think the most important thing that I would want you to know about Southern Stars is that we offer 1-hour classes to students 3 years of age or older, veterans, first responders who have been diagnosed with a mental or physical disability. What our classes try to achieve by offering activities that address physical needs such as increasing fine and gross motor skills, increasing core strength, balance, coordination, doing activities that help increase socialization, that help with verbal skills, and doing activities that address educational skills, is to allow students that might not have any other activities that they can participate in to be part of a group activity where they can come out and do things that sometimes they can't participate in after-school programs just because they don't have the physical or mental ability to do so. We are not covered by insurance, and we don't take the place of therapies offered that are covered by insurance, but we do have trained riding instructors, and oftentimes our activities will help continue what insurance coverage programs such as occupational and physical therapy have begun, or we can do activities that are not because people have students that are needing physical activities or activities with socialization, et cetera, that are just not covered by insurance. So we're there to kind of help fill a gap. The reason we're successful is because students oftentimes will complete these activities. They will try to accomplish goals because of the bond that they have with the horse. They enjoy riding the horse. They enjoy being around the animal. The horses are doing the work for us. They're creating the magic. They're creating the inspiration for these kids and adults to try harder to achieve goals that help increase skills. We're asking for $500 more this year because horse care, being our big expense, is not seeing an increase in costs. We're seeing catastrophic raises in horse feed, veterinary care, hay. Hay's tripled in price. It didn't just increase, it tripled. Horse feed has doubled in the last several years. So we're kind of having to up our game in funding and increase fees that we are trying to make or keep accessible to our clientele. My nose is running. I think I've gotten a little chilly. Any questions?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mount Juliet Health Center?
Good evening. My name is Dave Domsel. I'm a board member. I first want to say you guys are warriors. Yeah, I really admire your tenacity here. This is a long evening for everybody, I'm sure. The Mount Juliet Help Center has offered food pantry and emergency services to residents of West Wilson County for over 40 years. Like other food distribution nonprofits in the area, we're a client food pantry in that the client basically selects the items that they wish to receive, and then the order is filled within the office and then distributed to them. In addition to non-perishables and toiletries, we also include milk, eggs, fresh meat, produce, and bread. And the amount of the food distributed depends on the size of the family. The number here is really kind of staggering. I know you folks have heard an awful lot of statistics tonight, but in 2023, the Mount Juliet Help Center distributed over 253,000 pounds of food over 250,000 pounds of food, and also provided toiletries to 2,153 local families. I think there's a couple things that I really want to just hold on a second on that 253,000. Of that 253,000 pounds, 7,800 pounds was purchased. So it shows you tremendous leveraging that we do, that we're a very efficient organization. In addition to that, we have 2 paid staff members to be able to distribute that amount of food. Obviously, that it's only accomplished through a highly efficient volunteer network. So the Mount Juliet Help Center is a very efficient organization. And once again, I don't want to repeat the story that you've heard from multiple people here, but 2023 was a much, much busier year than it was in 2022. We distributed 36% more groceries than we did in the prior year and had an increase in 50% of the number of families that we served between 2022 and 2023. Also a modest increase in the utility assistance. And once again, the utility assistance, which amounted to about $66,000 last year, was basically to stop shutoffs. That's really the purpose of that program. I'd like to mention just briefly a couple of other programs in addition to the ongoing food and utility support. The Mount Juliet Help Center holds an annual summer food program. It helps feed kids during the months that they aren't receiving weekend food through the backpack programs at school. And last year, we distributed 836 boxes of breakfast, lunches, dinners, various meals, which totaled nearly 12,500 pounds of food. And then finally, our annual school supply giveaway. We provide backpacks and school supplies to kids. And once again, we adjust it based upon the age that they're in. And in 2023, 261 local children participated in the program. As you can see, the needs in the Mount Juliet Help Center continue to increase. We sometimes, as a board, wonder how sustainable this is. The numbers are just staggering, and going 36%, in groceries, 50%, and it's a challenge to all of us to continue to provide that level of support that the community needs. In conclusion, thank you much for your support, and we hope we can count on your support in the future.
Sir. Any questions?
Cedar Croft.
Evening. I'll be real quick, first because it's late, and second because Peggy Zide, the administrator, threw me into this. So I should just say, does anyone have any questions? You all have the paperwork. I think everyone knows what Cedar Croft Home is, the gentleman who walk around town. Just some highlights that we've been around since the mid-'70s. We have 136 men plus always a waiting list. I get phone calls all the time, and I just direct them towards Peggy. And from what I understand, we are the largest home in the state of Tennessee, which to me is scary if we're only holding 136 men and helping them out. So I find it funny if you look at what Peggy has requested. It's $7,780 to be exact, and that is Peggy. She's just asking exactly what she needs. If you know guys, nothing against guys, but they really are tough on the mattresses. And so that's primarily her goal, is to get some twin mattresses, the encasements, which also help with, we've had issues over the years with bed bugs, but we're getting really good with the processing of that. And that typically happens because we let them go home, and they actually bring them back on visits and whatnot. So some twin sheet sets and comforters, and then rocking chairs. So if you ever drive by, you will notice they just will sit and they love to rock and wave. And other than that, if you have any questions, I am a board member, but sort of new to it. I've been really impressed with our audits every year. The CPA gentleman who does it says, our percentage of administrative to the money that goes to the gentleman, the percentage for the admin people is very low. I want to say it's like 17%, which is terrific for a nonprofit. So if you have any questions, I hopefully could answer them. Thank you. Don't tell her that. She'll send me again.
Real quick, are we good? Do we need to recess? Need a break? Good. Keep moving on. Good.
I obviously have to talk. My name is Amber White. I am the um, executive officer for the Mid-Cumberland Young Marines. Newly executive officer. We've had some changes in the staff in the last year. This program is a program from 8 years old to their graduation of high school. It promotes a drug-free lifestyle of children. The Marine Corps style based. We do PFTs, we community service, all kinds of stuff. They have gotten the grant in the past. The unit solely relies on grants and funding to be able to continue to have this program to continue. We've been a part of the program for about 8 years. She started when she was 9. We have put 8 children of ourselves through the program. And some of them had been foster children and things like that. The difference that it's made in their life, just coming from different backgrounds, just in the last 9 years that we've been a part of it, it's made a tremendous difference in their life. And now we're on our last year. She is now taking over the whole unit herself. Do you want to say anything about it?
So I was gonna talk about like what I've like done in the program. So I started at 9. When I was 9, up to like probably when I was like 13, I was really shy and like I'm just not good at public speaking now. But like when I was younger, like I could not talk to anyone. like but So when COVID hit, that summer, I went to we have leadership schools. So I went to junior leadership school, and I feel like that really made a big difference on how I see the program and just outlook on life. And I made a lot of friends there. And I felt like I got out of my shell more. Um, and then this past summer, I went to senior leadership school. I had a lot of fun. And it wasn't a huge difference this time because I'd already, broken out of my shell. But I feel like just the friends I made and everything, just the opportunities that I've done and that I can do, like in December, we have trips to Hawaii for the Pearl Harbor. We have had
Maybe we get to do it before we graduate.
yeah. We've had there's several things that can I see that? There's several opportunities that we can do.
The main thing is to focus on drugs, keeping a drug-free lifestyle. We go over it. We have DDR classes. We teach you about different drugs and what they do to your bodies and the outlook of that. And then community service. We're constantly doing community service everywhere. Veterans. We focus a lot around veterans during Power Me ceremonies, and we've got one scheduled in May. A lot of outreach to the communities. We don't have the fundings. We can't do a lot of things. We don't have a lot of bills. We meet at Crossroads Fellowship. We've always met towards Mount Juliet. With my husband and I, we talked about it. Towards the Lebanon area, the inner city schools area, that we have more drug problems. I'm trying to focus more towards the Lebanon area. But it's more around in this area because of the
Out of curiosity, how many of your recruits go on to Mount Juliet?
How many have they went?
How many, continue on to the
Marines. Well, the program itself goes through 18. So they can continue this program. One of the children we adopted, he actually was in both programs at the same time. We're Marines, they're actually Army. No, Navy, maybe.
No, I think they're Marine Corps.
They made Marine.
Now they're Marine.
Lebanon High School's Air Force. Every school's different. So, but it was able to line up, and we have several we had several people that when they graduate out of this program, they do go to the Marines. But predominant that they were in this program. We do. We have we've done like community service projects in general. Working there's a home veteran center in Mount Juliet. We've done some planting garden things, whatever you want to call it. And then we do fundraising ourselves. Just fun cakes, and we'll have a yard sale. That's normally our biggest one. We'll do it once a year to raise to be able to go to our unit trip. And went in the past. We went to Washington D.C. They went to the Marine base. Get stepped down off the yellow footsteps and footprints, and went through the whole process. We do plan a small trip this summer. We haven't decided. My husband and I, we just took this over. We're trying to figure it out. Even though we've been a part of it for the last 9 years, I've been the medical officer. We just kind of we don't want the unit to fail. We're trying to continue the program until.
You do know our county veteran service doctor in Cumberland.
Really?
Thank you, ladies, so much. Yes, thank you. Any other questions from the committee?
Good evening. My name is Rebecca Gwen Dixon, and I am a board member of Compassionate Hands. And first, I would like to thank you for your support in the past of Compassionate Hands, and I'm here to ask you for your continued help tonight. As many of you know, Compassionate Hands is our unhoused ministry for all of Wilson County. The ministry is now 11 years old and was started with a core of churches and leaders who were called to serve those who were experiencing homelessness. And through those years, we have seen many individuals move out of instability into more housing, secure housing, and support. Compassionate Hands continues to intertwine our local churches and nonprofits to bring solutions to unstable housing issues in our county and state, but we still need help. There are many faces of homelessness. Just this season, we served 2 grandmothers who are experiencing health crises, and along with their children and grandchildren, came to seek care and housing from Compassionate Hands. We had 2 individuals who are currently working at local assisted living communities. They are being caregivers of our loved ones. One of our guests was an Upwards basketball coach about 10 years ago who fell on hard times. His Social Security check isn't enough to pay his rent. As our housing costs rise, we have many individuals who are struggling to keep or find affordable housing. Compassionate Hands is not only providing shelter in the winter, but we are also continuing to wrap around these individuals throughout the year. Our care coordinators and staff are working to find solutions for these guests all year round. We are about to open back up for our summer season. And whether it be food, serving, finding those basic needs, finding housing, helping with medical or mental health care, treatment for addiction, or just reuniting these individuals with their family members, this organization is working to find solutions. This year, Compassionate Hands served fewer guests during the winter season, which is pretty amazing because it's showing that the work in the summer season is helping to reduce our guests. So we went from serving 213 individuals last winter season to 193. That is a 10% drop in numbers of people receiving our services during the winter. And so this shows that intensive, continuous, loving, individualized work at Compassionate Hands by the staff is working. Again, I'm going to finish before the buzzer. We want to thank you for your time and support. Your investment is helping us find solutions. Solutions that stick and hope where there may be little. And so I honestly say this, I would love to not be here or someone from this organization in 10 years, because that means our community has built a solution. And until then, we ask that you continue to work with us and support us so that we can work towards that solution. So, thank you. And please don't ask me any questions. No, seriously, if you have any questions, I will try to answer them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good job.
Mount Juliet Youth Football and Cheer. You did. You're welcome.
Probably saw me coming and you're like that. Good evening. I'm Ray O'Daffer. I'm president of Mount Juliet Youth Football and Cheer. Basically, thank you for your support in the past, and we are asking for the same thing that we've asked for in previous years, and that's basically just a little bit of money to help cover our hardship scholarship athletes, both tackle, flag, and cheer. We don't leave any kid behind. There's someone that wants to play that cannot afford. That's basically what this money is allocated for, and that's all we use it for. So, I do promise I will be short. That's all I really have. Anybody have any questions?
No, sir. Thank you very much. That was simple and sweet to the point.
All right. Y'all have a great night.
The Joy Center.
My name is Sue Denny. I'm the director of Joy Center. We're a faith-based nonprofit day program for special needs adults. We meet in Mount Juliet. We're all volunteers. All of our funding goes straight back into our program for our special needs adults. We started in 2012. 2017, we took our students and their we took our students and their caretakers and parents to Texas on a trip. In 2022, we took our students and their parents and caretakers to Disney World. And now we want to raise money to take them to the art in Kentucky. And our biggest fundraisers is world famous chocolate. How many of you know about this? Would you like a bar? But the grant is to cover the cost of the candy so that we have 100% profit. And we appreciate your help in the past and look forward to help in the future. But all the monies will go to buy the candy bars to help us get trips that our students can enjoy and be a part of.
How much are the bars?
$1.
I'll buy one from you if that's all right. How many different bars?
Wafer, dark chocolate, milk chocolate. Yes, we also use this as a teaching tool. And cards.
Here's $6.
Thank you, sir.
Bar. You want dark chocolate? You buy one bar.
Don't have the hot chocolate, so.
Oh, don't be just a guy.
And they don't have the hot
mean,
chocolate.
yeah.
This is for us? I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else?
Don't worry, she had 7 seconds left, so I didn't cut her time. She's working the floor. We're good. Seriously, be my
Restoration.
This is a new one.
No, sir. I'm gonna be big when you ask that.
This is our Miss Cliff. He's the office help. And I'm the old director. We've been teaching kids how to read and do arithmetic for 28 years. And they're just finished up in about 15 minutes another class of students that they're tutoring at this time. It's been very rewarding. As an example, we walked in the doctor's office the other day with my wife, and the receptionist said, "Oh, hi, Miss Dean." And that was one of our students that couldn't make the grade back years ago. And there she was in the doctor's office. So it's been very rewarding, and Miss Cliff is going to give a few words. But we're still tutoring kids.
My name is Cliffordine Brooks, and I am with the Restoration Community Outreach in Mount Juliet. Our biggest goal is to help students in the surrounding communities with their education, as far as helping them meet goal levels in class and just helping them to be better students in their academic levels. Also, in that, we don't turn any students away that needs tutoring, whether they can afford to pay or not. So this is where the finance part come in. We need finance to help kids reach their goals where they need to be. Some of the things that we want to do in the future is maybe update some computers, software, and stuff to help them to do that. The schools are doing their part, but when they come to us, the parents are looking for us to help them. So we just solicit whatever you can do for restoration.
Thank you.
I appreciate all that Wilson County Finance Department has helped us to pay the rent, keep the lights on.
Thank you.
Home safe?
Hello. I'm Susan with Home Safe. I'm the executive director. This is Lindsay. Home Safe is a domestic violence program. We serve victims of domestic violence and sexual assault, and we've been in business for 41 years. And we're asking for support towards our rent for our counseling office and our portion of our helpline cost, and also prescriptions for our clients, because sometimes they run out of the house without their medication, so they have to have it replaced, and that's an additional cost. Their cars normally are in bad repair, so we have to sometimes get tires, oil changes, starters, and different things. A lot of times they go out of the house with just what's on their back, so we provide clothing. If they get a new job, we try to provide them clothes so they can go to the job with new clothes. Gas money to get to work, that's a big problem. Gas is a big problem. Now we're Ubering people because there's no public transportation a lot of times. They sometimes have to replace their birth certificates, and we try to do that for them. And also, if our shelter is full, which it is almost 100% of the time, we are putting them in hotels now so that at least they're safe for the night, because we're an emergency shelter program. So at least they're safe. The next day, we will try to figure out where we can place them, or we'll put them in for a week and see if we have an opening in our program. If not, we try to find them in another shelter in the surrounding area. And then we give them food boxes, toiletries. Can you think of anything?
Well, we're also working with like local companies like Amazon, the fulfillment center. They helped our donations with extra shipments that they've had on at their warehouse, or we've considered working with them to actually help our clients fulfill the needs of jobs. So like we haven't placed anyone yet, but that's something we're looking into. Like, how do we find these clients better jobs so they can step out from our housing shelter and live on their own, help with housing.
Dishes, pots and pans, sheets, towels, whatever you need at home, we try to provide them also if they're setting up a new home. And I have to say, on Amazon, they have been great with us. We had a client that recently, she didn't have the money to get where she needed to go, so they let her sleep in the cafeteria, so we put her up in a hotel so that she could get some good sleep. So we're trying to help as much and partner with everybody in the community that we can. And we just appreciate your continued support and your consideration for next year.
Although you serve three counties, the money.
It will stay in Wilson County. Mhm.
Sir.
Okay, thank you.
I'm Charlie Hubman with Tucker's Crossroads Softball. And here, I'm trying to ask for the same money we did last year, if not maybe a little bit more. Same stories everywhere else. Prices of costs have gone up. The park's getting older, as it does every year. Maintenance is going up. There's nobody to maintain it other than me. The money we get from y'all and the money we get from our 14 sponsors for our teams and everything else comes out of my pocket to pay for that ballpark. I do all the mowing, janitorial, cooking. Everything there gets done by me and one other guy. So any help would be appreciated. We have about 250 kids this year. It is totally free. You don't have to buy anything. Playing flip-flops, tennis shoes, whatever you got. We loan bats, whatever, so the kids can actually play. It don't matter if you come with nothing on, we'll get you something and play. It's all about the learning of the kids, and that's the way we're trying to keep it. So we get some new lights this year. Got new roofs on a couple of the field houses. Got them repainted last year. Just continuously working on more lights and bettering it for the future. So I appreciate anything y'all can do and your help last year. We appreciate that too. Right? You did, and I really appreciate that, and it went a long way this year. Helped a whole lot, and I really appreciate that.
Heard somebody just overheard a conversation the other day. Somebody talking about how well Tucker's Crossroads ball field looking since they have been there 10 years ago.
Well, I couldn't do it without the help from y'all and my few sponsors we've got. So it's coming along. It's got a long way to go, but it's come a long way.
How many hours you put in a week there?
Between shopping and mowing and striping the fields and cleaning, probably 16 or 18, which is not a whole lot, but it is when you work a 50-hour job. and then, well, I appreciate y'all. And it's a lot of hard work, but it's worth it. My kids, I don't even have any kids that play there. My kids play fast pitch at the school, my daughter, and then that's it. So I don't have any kids. I'm just doing it because it's the right thing to do. So I really appreciate y'all's help. Now we're going to go out here and see about fighting for an industrial park.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's where Dale's at.
That's where I'm heading straight there as fast as I get there.
Y'all behave out there. I heard it gets wild.
I'm sure I've been texting trying to see what's going on. Sure. You have a good night. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Robin Spate with the Mount Juliet League. Thank someone else here. This is my 14th year in front of the committee as well. We run baseball and softball, mostly Mount Juliet or West Wilson County folks. We've got some Lebanon. I've had some out of county. Ages 4 to 18, plus we have our Challenger League. This year, our youth challengers, which is 4 to 18, have expanded to 6 teams. And our adults are still at 4 teams, and those are our special needs community. They pay nothing. We do charge registration fees, but if someone says, I don't have the money or I can pay you later, we're not going to turn you away. You're going to play regardless. We've got sponsors. The city does give us money. We've made good strides in using our money. Our budget started at probably $400,000 14 years ago. We're almost to $1 million budget now because we have almost 300 kids over 2 seasons. So we've made good strides of doing good things with that money. We don't have extra money to get all the projects done. We've been working each year. We try to do a project. We've painted the buildings. We've redone the concession stands. Parking is our parking areas need repaving. That's what our members complain about. We got quotes, $425,000 to do all of it. We can get a fix for $25,000 that'll last us a couple of years. We're working on some fundraising projects to come up with the $425,000. So we're asking for $15,000 to kind of help toward to offsets or whatever you'd like to give us to offset the fixes that'll get us to we can redo the whole thing. We haven't redone that whole parking lot for 20 years. And then I think it was $200,000. So everything goes up. That's what we're asking for this year. Thank you for all your support. Obviously, youth sports is expensive. That's what I've garnered from all night long, no matter where you're playing. And I'm glad to support all of these people that have all these areas of the county. At least our kids are playing ball in some capacity. So, thank you.
I'm Carla Nelson Salisbury. What now?
We just saved the best ones.
Oh, that's what it is. Yes. I am Carla Nelson Salisbury. I represent the Cedars Senior Incorporated Center over on University Boulevard Avenue. We provide senior citizens lunches Monday through Friday, activities. We do Bible study. We do crafts. Next person. We do a Bible study, crafts, exercise classes, book club, just things to get the seniors out of their homes where they can come and get loved on and connected. That's our goal, is to make them feel a part. And I think our place does that very well. We offer a meet and three, $4 a person. I think right now we're averaging anywhere from 60 to 75 a day, depends on the weather and the cool fronts that come through, if they're going to get out of the house or not. So that's where we are. Any questions? 12.5, same as last year. Yes. 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 I'm going to. Y'all have a good evening. Y'all are precious. Yes. See you next year. Yes.
Cumberland Meals on Wheels.
I think I might be the last. I'm not sure. My name is Jamie Davenport. I'm the program director for Mid-Cumberland Meals on Wheels. We are requesting $15,000. I am not sure if that's the same as last year. I'm filling in this year. And that will completely be used for food for our program. We have 2 centers in Wilson County, one in the Mount Juliet Senior Center. I believe she spoke earlier about that. And then we are also located at a church in Lebanon. Last fiscal year, we served 359 clients in Wilson County. The majority of those are home delivered. In order to qualify, they have to be over 60 and unable to prepare meals on their own, whether it be from a cognitive decline or a physical limitation that keeps them from preparing them. We are almost entirely run by volunteers. We do have paid staff at each of the sites, but all of the delivery drivers, the majority of the delivery drivers are volunteers. And last year in Wilson County, we served 42,339 meals. And then, as I said, we're requesting $15,000 that will serve 2,970 additional meals in Wilson County, in addition to what we already plan on serving. Is there any questions? Okay. Thank you.
Remember, we combined. We combined. Yeah. One out.
I remembered that. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm representing the Statesville Grange, which also has incorporated the Statesville FCE Club. First of all, Saturday night we're having our monthly potluck, so y'all come out and eat with us. The guys from Station 7 come and eat with us, so y'all come out and have a good meal with us. We do that the second Saturday of every month. and we get to know the new people in the community as well as the people who've been there forever. The Grange and the FCE are both 501c3s. The Grange building is rented out to anyone. There's nothing around close to us other than until you go into Watertown, and then the community centers there is booked already. So we do take donations if people want to use the building for anything. We have birthday parties, anniversary parties, just get-togethers, whatever anybody needs. Let's see. So we have the cost and the upkeep of the building, utilities. If the only money that we receive is from the county, that's the only money that we do. And we're asking for the usual $2,500 for the Grange FC, the $5,000. We've been getting that for 35 years, forever. We've never asked for more. We just take whatever is given to us, and we're glad to have it. We appreciate that support. The FCE group meets once a month. The third Thursday of the month, you're welcome to come to that. We also have a community get-together thing, and we do crafts. We have speakers. We've grown from the population out in my area is really growing. We have a lot of people who moved out there. So we now, as opposed to having we had 5 members that are our official members of the FCE group. We now have about 30. And a lot of them are from a lot of different states. You learn a lot of different stuff about people and their activities and things that they like to do and whatnot. But anyway, we're all making a genuine effort to get to know the new members of the community. And so we'd be glad for y'all to come out and join us sometime. Once a month, every month, we meet on a regular basis. We have a big sit-down meal, and we feed all the guys that come out, We always go over there and drag them over there sometimes because, there's some new ones over there who are like, I don't know, there's several of them over there. But anyway, anybody have any questions? It's just a good place for the people on that end of the county to go and be together, and so it's the old schoolhouse, so it needs various upkeep and things like that. Any questions? Huh? 7239 Greenville Road, and that's the potluck Saturday is at 6:00.
I'll take you out there.
You'll be.
Want to at least look it up to see what it looked like. These range places always interesting.
You have to have a drone to look at.
Right.
Well, it's out there for sure.
Not on Google,
but it's next door to Station 7. So yeah.
Again, y'all, I'll take you.
Yeah, most people don't know that they're still in Wilson County. So yeah, thank y'all.
I'll take you.
Leadership Wilson. Y'all are ready.
Properties.
Hi. I'm Dory with Leadership Wilson. I think this is my 18th time to present. We've been around since 1993. Do you want me to explain anything, or do you want to ask questions? I can explain if you want me to. Most of you know what it is. We take a group of 30 people, 30 plus people every year, put them through an 8-month-long leadership training program, and we do group projects for the community. But what we're asking for money for is for our youth program. We take 4 juniors from every high school, public and private. We do not charge tuition, and they're selected by their administration and guidance counselors. We don't select them. We put them through a leadership training program, and we do community events. Anything else?
Great program.
Thank you. I'd love to have any of you go through the program too. We just selected our class for next year last week, so got another great class. Thank you.
Thank you. Is that it? Yes, sir.
I mean, it's on the same subject, which we've been discussing. It just came to me while I was watching this.
Yeah, come on up to the podium.
There were two groups, and then maybe that were paying the utility bills, I guess canceled or past due or whatever. I'm just wondering if they're paying the late fee or the reconnect fee as well. Do you know? And if they are, if the person goes to that group, or that group, somebody from the county could go to those utilities and say, here's what we've been giving these individual organizations money. Could you go to the electric and the water and the thing and say, if these groups pay this bill, will you waive that reconnect fee? And the only reason I'm saying that is it might save them some money from spending if that group was doing it. It's just a thought, because I saw there was two groups, $140 something thousand in utilities paid, and if they're paying the late fee, probably, I don't know, 25% of that is a late fee and a reconnect fee. So that could be a pretty substantial amount. And just somebody.
All right. So we'll recess. Anybody have any?
What's the funding there?
You have that on here.
So it'll be 188,000 for health and welfare. And then recreation still at 65,000.
If 188, I know there's 50,000 that's already allocated. Plus the 60. Also, I noticed that there's been a few people from last year that failed to show.
Yeah, has the opportunity to talk to them?
Is that what the email read? We give them a grace period, I think.
We didn't give them
It's been a whole nother year.
Right.
I think the way I'll re-look at the email.
Now on Thursday, we'll also have to go over health department budget to approve that.
Is he going to go ahead and present? So we'll hear that.
I've told him to. So-
Okay, so he's aware.
And then you'll have the two budgets from me.
That was the medical thing where it didn't to Waymo.
Okay, so
Because we didn't hear it in the EMA, so he wasn't there in EMA when we did EMAs.
So we rolled the individual line into WEMA's budget to pay him as an employee. But we still pay Dr. Giles out of, because he has to oversee.
Jamie, his portion of the budget.
So we'll be hearing status quo from the health department. So I need a motion to go into recess. Hopefully 5:30. Again, everybody tuning in from home, thank you so much for your time, and job well done, everyone.